What
So,
up?
what's good with you, bro?
What up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I do have a trade scenario. I don't know though. Like it's hardened to Indiana for T.J. Warren and Victor Oladipo and a couple first round picks
Hmm.
because it would work. Though I mean, it's not like they're losing anything, but Victor Oladipo because Victor Oladipo. I mean, they say he might want to leave, but yeah, that's a good run. Yeah, I wasn't here for that part though.
No, you wasn't. I didn't post it. Like you, I was going to post it, but because this was actually a trade scenario that I came up with as well. So, so I know y'all probably can't see the full thing, but pretty much the trade scenario that I came up with, I had Victor Oladipo, T.J. Warren, Aaron Holiday, and two first round draft picks. And like you said, if you trade, the only person that you're really losing is Victor Oladipo. You're losing T.J. Warren too, but James Harden is an upgrade from T.J. Warren, so you're not
Yeah,
really hurting there. But at the same time, Victor Oladipo, there were trade rumors about him anyway, and he only has 1 year left on his contract. So it's kind of like Rockets take that risk of the 1 year deal, and the Pacers are well off from there. So I feel like Victor Oladipo and T.J. Warren, they step right in. John Wall, you have Victor Oladipo as shooting guard, you have T.J. Warren as small forward, and yeah, I think that works. This honestly, this would be my ideal trade if I had to trade somebody for James Harden, because I feel like T.J. Warren definitely can emerge into something great. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, I'm on the same page as you.
yeah, but also the Clippers is a good move. I don't know, maybe Paul George possibly.
Hmm.
But the Clippers, that was a move I thought before, like they then ended up trading any other pieces, like because the Clippers had a lot of room, but it depends on who you was really willing to trade from the Clippers, because the Clippers are still a good team. I feel that just team chemistry ruined them. But I mean, that's a good choice. Maybe the Clippers if they are willing to trade someone like Paul George or someone like that.
Hmm. I mean, uh, I think the hardest thing about trading for Paul George would be,
His playoffs in general.
yeah, and not even just that. If you trade for Paul George, based on the type of team that we have right now, Paul George will automatically become our franchise player. And I
Yeah,
think I think Paul George is more of a sidekick type of guy. No knock to him because he still could ball, but I just think he's more of a sidekick than somebody that you actually build a team around. So I wouldn't like that idea to that degree. Now, if John Wall is able to continue to play at a high level and he becomes our franchise player, and then you get like a Paul George, I get it. That makes more sense because you don't really have to rely on Paul George to do anything other than, just get a bucket. And then you have like Christian Wood, who can also get his own buckets and stuff like that. So the help is definitely there. So is it something I would prefer? No. But like I said, it all depends on how John Wall and them play. But with this new deal that he just signed, that joint was like 5 years, 200 mil. So it's like they damn sure ain't about to trade for that. Now it's like that's a done deal.
they could get Zach LaVine though, because Zach LaVine as a player, I mean, that's a good trade too. Like you'll get Zach LaVine, who's a number two player, with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins too. That's a good trade though.
Yeah, Zach Levine's tough. I think Zach Levine is definitely tough. It's just, I think the thing with Zach is if the Bulls are willing to part with him, because with the Bulls, you get yourself a young Zach Levine who is on
Yeah,
the verge of becoming an All Star. So do you trade him to get an MVP type of player? But even though with that MVP type of player, you don't necessarily have all the pieces necessary to make a championship run, especially how steep the East is right now. You got to go against KD, Kyrie, Giannis, Drew Holiday, all these other guys. So I don't think it would make sense as of right now. But if it was one of those things where they got James Harden during the offseason and they was like, what are some players that you want? We can try to recruit them here. I think they could probably make a push that way. But yeah, that's kind of hard.
yeah. There's one trade I don't agree with that you made was the Brooklyn one. I don't like Brooklyn for the reasons, not because it's not a bad trade, but like that was like in general how people say the KD thing with the Golden State kind of destroyed the NBA.
Yeah,
I would have to say it's almost like it, like Switch Out kind of said best. Like when you trading for something like that, it wouldn't work because you're adding three ball dominant kind of players together. Like it works sometimes, with Kobe, Shaq, and all that, but you're kind of getting in a weird trading position because both players are gonna have to reiterate their game. Because like Kyrie, he's gonna reiterate his game to be a number two. I don't know if Harden's ready to be like a number two or a number three. He's probably cool being a number two, but I don't think he wants to be a number three player because I feel that Kyrie's gonna be a number two. Because the thing with people don't get with Kyrie is he kind of makes a team much better than I would say Harden does. Because Harden, what he does is he does a lot of good stuff for you. He gets you into the playoffs, but he's not gonna really do it. But KD on a general level, he'll make your team better. So if you're adding all of them together, it wouldn't make your team the best team. It'll make them a good team. They'll probably go win the championship because it's not like the Lakers are gonna compete because they
yeah.
don't have shooters. So yeah,
I think my only thing, I think when it comes to Brooklyn, a lot of people talk about the ball dominance thing, and we hear that a lot. But realistically, it really just comes down to the players really, really wanting to win. Like who's willing to make the sacrifice in order to win. I think Kevin Durant, at this point in his career, coming off an Achilles injury, I
yep.
genuinely believe that Kevin Durant will be the one to take the biggest sacrifice. And that's just my personal opinion. Obviously, you would want Kevin Durant to be your main guy because he's like the second best player in the NBA. But I feel
One
like I,
possibly,
huh?
top one possibly. I mean, it's a big deal between him and LeBron, but top one possibly.
I don't know. I can't put KD over LeBron until KD actually goes and get one.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can say that too. I can say that too right there. That's the truth right there.
yeah.
I can
So
agree with you there.
yeah. So like I was saying, like I think Kevin Durant at this point in his career, he's already told people that he has nothing else to prove. He's there with his friends. He's coming off an Achilles injury. I heard that he may be playing some power forward and center this year.
Yeah,
So
I heard.
I take that as Kevin Durant's going to take the biggest. I think he's going to take the biggest sacrifice. So not to say he'll be a third option, but I feel like Kevin Durant will be the one that kind of just does what he does, kind of take it easy, at least leading into the season. And I think he's going to leave most of the scoring to James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
That makes sense. But for Brooklyn, there's one real trade I would get. It would be Kevin Love. That would be a good trade though, because Kevin Love, I literally forgot he was in the NBA for a couple like a whole year. I forgot he was in the NBA. Like I literally forgot about the dude, and then I remember I said he'll be a good trade for Brooklyn, and many people agree. But for Houston, it would have worked last year getting him, but now I feel like that ship sailed, losing Russ, losing everything. Basically, Houston needs to rebuild. I feel like
Yeah,
Trey is a great piece.
I mean, I still think that Houston needs to rebuild. I like the players that we have right now, though. I love the roster right now. I love how, Boogie Cousins is being a mentor and John Wall is being a mentor to the younger guys because they're pretty much they're building our future right now. So I think we're technically in the process of rebuilding. We really cut a lot of our age off the roster. And now, like, I think the average age on the roster is like 20, or the average age of the people that we acquired this off season is about like 25. So we definitely got younger as a team. So I'm not mad at it.
All right, thanks for letting me on.